Good evening, viewers, and thank you for tuning into Channel 8 Days and Decades News. Today, we will be recapping the beautiful decade of the 1950s. In our show today, we will be reviewing segments on the Korean War, the Civil Rights Movement in the United States, technological advancements, cultural breakthroughs, the development of horse racing, a large form of entertainment, Saturday night dances, and the rise of rock and roll. In a significant development regarding the Korean War, many sources highlight the ongoing tensions between North and South Korea. North Korea has ramped up missile testing, raising alarms among international observers and prompting disapproval from various global leaders. On the other hand, South Korea is expanding its military partnership with the United States, reaffirming its dedication to maintain regional stability. Analysis can infer that if peace is not created soon or there isn't an arrangement for war to end, this could lead to a long-lasting and ultimately awful war. In a powerful reminder for the ongoing struggle for equality, the civil rights movement in the United States continues to shape conversations about justice and social change. Recent protests highlight the ongoing fight against racism, drawing direct connections to the struggles faced during this movement. Activists are calling for significant reforms in areas like political aspects and voting rights, leading to the passionate demands for civil rights. The urgency for a peaceful country and citizens gaining their rights is more important now than ever. In a remarkable era of innovation, the 1950s had become known as a defining decade for technological advancements and cultural breakthroughs. The invention of television revolutionized entertainment and the spread of information, bringing news and popular culture directly into people's homes across America. Meanwhile, the rise of music, specifically rock and roll, transformed the music landscape and challenged social norms, fostering a new culture that embraced new forms of expression. The 1950s was a pivotal time when horse racing came out as a sport and its popularity grew. This thrilling sport, characterized by its rich traditions and high-stake competitions, has been able to evolve with new technologies and innovative practices. Legendary horses who came out in the 1950s, like Secretariat and Man O' War, became household names and drew crowds to racetracks across the nation. Horse racing truly thrived in the 1950s and will definitely influence decades to come. The ways of entertainment truly thrived in the 1950s, specifically Saturday night dances. The regular Saturday night dances in the 1950s had become a sensational topic, capturing the essence of social life during this dynamic decade. These lively gatherings brought communities together and shared their love within music. Held in local halls and community centers, these dances were not just about fun. They were a cultural phenomenon that defined youth experiences and created unforgettable memories. Music in the 1950s, particularly rock and roll, has exploded onto the scene, captivating audiences and reshaping the musical landscape. With its infectious rhythms and rebellious spirit, this genre has become a defining soundtrack for this decade. The rise of rock and roll has not only transformed radio playlists, but has also sparked a cultural revolution. This influenced fashion, dance, and social attitudes. Music truly evolved in the 1950s. I would like to introduce to everyone a very special guest who was a true star in the 50s, Queen Elizabeth. Now I'm going to ask her some questions about her becoming queen. How did you feel when you first learned you would become queen?
I felt excited and scared.
What would you say is your most important duty as the new monarch?
I guess it would be the fact that I oversee the entire country. So that's a lot of people that you have to oversee. So it's kind of scary.
How do you plan to balance your role as both a mother and the queen of the kingdom?
Well, I will have to separate my duties and just make sure I make time for each of them. And I'll also have people on my staff to help with the children.
How have you been able to prepare for your role as queen?
I guess in growing up, I watched my father and just tried to do my best to learn everything that he was doing while he was doing it.
Thank you so much for your time, Queen Elizabeth. Now back to the studio. Thank you all so much for tuning into Channel 8's Days and Decades News as we went over the thriving 50s. The 50s was truly a turning point in a war aspect, fighting for peace and cultural society changes. I really hope you all enjoyed and tune in next week as we review the 60s.